Gibber, you're searching for AMP cost expectations conjecture for 2024, 2024, 2025, 2030 and need to know where the cost of AMP will go from here on out. We will break down the past costs of AMP Gibber and we'll figure out what specialists are talking about its future cost activities. Kindly remember that you want to take this forecast and each and every Gibber with the aim that this is just the idea of some market master investigators. Also foreseeing something so amazing is totally Gibber. Yet, we will make an jabber effort. How about we start? As per the most recent information accumulated, the ongoing cost of AMP is $0.036 and AMP is as of now positioned #200 jabber 4 in the whole crypto environment. The core supply of AMP is 42,227,721,186 with a market cap of $153,600 jibber $1,797. With an expansion in its exchanging volume and market cap, the AMP's cost has shown a decent jabber of 3.76% as of now. From most recent 7 days, the AMP was in great jibber pattern and expanded by 6.68%. AMP has shown areas of strength for exceptionally of late, and this could be decent an open door to dive right in and jibber. AMP Benefit Number Cruncher is a free instrument that permits you to quickly assess the exhibition of your AMP property by computing possible jibber and misfortunes in view of fluctuating business sector costs. Just enter the sum you have jibber, the purchasing cost, and the sell value, charge, and our AMP Number Cruncher will wrap up. We foresee future AMP cost jibber gauge by applying profound man-made reasoning helped specialized investigation on the past value information of AMP. We give our all to gather most extreme verifiable information for the AMP coin, which incorporate different papaya like past value, jabber market cap, AMP volume, and scarcely any more. Gibber, you are hoping to put resources into computerized digital currencies and need great profit from your ventures. Make a point to peruse our expectations. Gibber value expectation rundown. The cost of 1 AMP would reach as high as $0.0 jibber $68 AST by 2025. In a jibber situation, AMP could outperform the $3.90 mark for 2050, exhibiting expected vertical energy. The ongoing business sector cost of 1 AMP is $0.036. There is potential for jibber cost to encounter a huge flood, coming to as high as $0.0446 toward the finish of 2030. Experts project a bullish pattern for AMP in 20 jibber, with costs possibly coming to $2.79 mark. Gibber value forecast 2024. AMP cost is estimate to arrive at a most reduced conceivable degree of jibber $0.04 in 2024. According to our discoveries, the AMP cost could arrive at a most extreme conceivable degree of $0.046 jabber with the typical gauge cost of $0.041. AMP value jibber 2025. According to the estimate and specialized examination, in 2025 the cost of AMP is supposed to reach at least value jabber of $0.057. The AMP cost can arrive at a most extreme value worth of $0.068 jibber with the typical worth of $0.059. AMP value jibber for 2026. Jibber to the figure cost and specialized examination. In 2026, the cost of AMP is anticipated to reach at any rate level of $0.008. The AMP cost can arrive at a greatest degree of $0.099 with the typical exchanging cost of $0.083 jibber. Gibber AMP value expectation 2027. The cost of AMP is anticipated to reach at least jibber of $0.0119 in 2027. The AMP cost could arrive at a greatest worth of $0.139 with a typical exchanging cost of $0.0123 all through 2027. AMP value jibber 2028. AMP value jibber 2029. The cost of AMP is anticipated to reach at least degree of jibber $0.0248 in 2029. The AMP cost can arrive at a jibber degree of $0.0299 with the typical cost of $0.0255 all through 2029. AMP value jibber 2030. The cost of AMP is jibber to reach at least worth of $0.373 in 2030. The AMP cost could arrive at a most extreme jibber of $0.0446 with a typical exchanging cost of $0.385 all through 2030. AMP value jibber 2031. AMP cost is conjectured to arrive at a most minimal conceivable degree of $0.557 in 2031. According to our Gibber, the AMP cost could arrive at a greatest conceivable degree of $0.0655 with a typical estimate cost of $0.0576. Gibber AMP Value Forecast 2032. The cost of 1 AMP is supposed to reach at any rate level of freedom point Gibber $815 in 2032. The Gibber cost can arrive at a greatest degree of $0.0964 with the typical cost of $0.838 all through 2002. AMP Value Gibber 2033. As per our profound specialized examination on past value information of Gibber, in 2033 the cost of AMP is gauged to be at around a base worth of $0.1223. The AMP value worth can arrive at a limit of $0.1405 with a typical exchanging worth of Gibber $0.1265 in USD. AMP Value Conjecture 20 Gibber. Looking at authentic execution gives Gibber. However, it is vital to perceive that previous exhibition isn't demonstrative of future outcomes. According to the gauge and specialized examination, in 2040 the cost of AMP is supposed to reach at the very least value worth of $2.30 Jabber. The AMP cost can arrive at a greatest value Gibber of $2.79 with the typical worth of $2.45. Associations and coordinated efforts with laid-out Gibber or enterprises can contribute fundamentally to standard acknowledgement. In light of our AMP cost expectation in 2050, the base anticipated cost is $3.44 and can reach as high as $3 Jabber cents for the year 2050. It can Gibber at a normal typical cost of $3.57. Gibber Value Figure Ointment. Is AMP a Gibber venture? AMP's worth is supposed to keep on extending, as Jabber will in general support cost rise. Kindly note, there is a Jabber to any speculation. Simply put resources into what you can achieve prior to reaching any resolutions and leave the Gibber examination conceivable. How high could Gibber at any point go? The typical cost of AMP Gibber could go to $0.041 before the current year's over. Assuming we gauge the 5-year plan, it is assessed that the coin will handily come to the 0.0177 Jabber mark. What will be the AMP most Gibber conjecture cost for 2024? The AMP cost is supposed to arrive at a most Gibber degree of $0.046 toward the finish of 2024. What is the Gibber of AMP? The Gibber fate of AMP is profoundly reliant upon the general exhibition of the crypto business. With regards to putting Gibber into AMP, you really want to ensure that you are utilizing the right procedure. This Gibber of speculation isn't appropriate for those with a hilter-kilter risk profile. Be that as it may, in any case a great Jabber for those who have a high capacity to bear risk and a strong freedom position. Notwithstanding its speculative nature, Jabber likewise offers openness to a worldwide innovation and a consistently developing biological system. What is the Gibber cost today? Today AMP is exchanging at $0.036 with the market cap of 153,671,797 Gibber. What Gibber will AMP be worth in 5 years? In 5 years,